What's up, folks? This is '09 Kafar from Combat Sports Talk. Today, boy, we just watched UFC 229, and it was an excellent show, uh, except for two matches. Now, before I get into the mega main, I want to talk about the matches before. Now, the first match was Michelle Watterson, the karate hottie, going against Felice Harris, Herring. I'm sorry, Felice Herring, and that was a pretty exciting match. Michelle Watterson, she came out victor, had a decision. It was an excellent match. She showed great ground game and everything. Um, I like to see more from her. See how she do as she continue on in her career. And the next match was Derek Lewis versus Alexander Volkov, which was which was a snore. It was a snooze. It was very boring, and I thought that Alexander Volkov was going to win, but at 4 minutes and 49 seconds of the third round, Derek Lewis got the KO of Alexander Volkov, which he should be lucky because that was a very boring fight, and I see why his last fight was considered real boring. Um, I almost fell asleep on that one, so I think that he need to work on his cardio and work on his technical ability because he is boring. And I guess his one knockout punch power got him to number two, but that match pretty much sucked for me. It was very boring. And then we got Ovent St. Preux versus Dominique Reyes. The first round was exciting to me, but the rest of the rounds was a little boring to me. The other two rounds were a little boring to me, but Dominique Reyes got the decision win. He probably would have finished him if there was more time because he did he did knock St. Preux down at the end of the round, at the end of the third round, just as the horn went off. All right, now the next match is the co-main event, which I believe stole the show. Tony Ferguson versus Anthony Pettis. All right. It was a lot of it was very exciting. It brought life back into the show after those two boring matches and everything. Anthony Pettis was showing a lot of athleticism. He was doing a lot of trick kicks and everything. Tony Ferguson, he recovered from being knocked down. It was a bloody match and everything. Unfortunately for Anthony Pettis, his corner called a stoppage. I think he had broke his hand and everything, and he was real bloody. But it was a real exciting match and everything. So I can say that they stole the show. They really did. And they really brought life back into this show. All right, for real. I really enjoyed this match. I just wish it could have went on longer. I think Anthony Pettis probably would have been worn out even more because he was getting beat up. But congrats to both guys. Congratulations to Tony Ferguson for winning his first match back from his injury and everything. So congratulations. Now next is the main event. You know what I'm saying? The talk of the town, the talk of the world. All right, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor, and it was a lot of build up for this fight, and Conor McGregor talked a lot of trash. He talked a lot of trash for this fight and everything. Even at the weigh-in, he done put his hands on Khabib and even threw a kick at him and everything. So a lot of things were said, a lot of unnecessary things were said about Khabib on the behalf from Conor McGregor and everything. But what I got to say about this match, it was a pretty good match. I mean, it looked like Conor did a little bit on his resting defense, but Khabib just destroyed him. He destroyed him. Um, he put him down on the ground. I mean, he had a little bit hard time at first. He was positioning himself in that first round, and he got to throwing them bombs on Connor near the end of the first round and everything. And Connor survived it, luckily, for the end of the round. But as the fight went on, I believe it's as the second round came, Khabib actually dropped Connor. He actually dropped him. All right, then got on him again, and then Khabib even was standing up with Connor. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said that he shouldn't have done that, And I was surprised that he did. I thought he was going to try to keep it on the ground most of the time, but I guess he was trying to show Conor that his punches don't affect him, you know. But Conor got taken down. He got mauled. He got beat up. um, I'm saying he got tore up, man. It was exciting for me, and I was glad to see him get beat down like that because he shouldn't be running his mouth the way he do. So I guess the king got knocked off his throne, and sometimes you need to be a little bit more humble than what he was because he did just have a 2-year layoff. He's gonna come back like he's gonna knock this man off. You know what I'm saying? And a fourth round submission, real naked choke. Conor had no answer for Khabib. There's nothing really he could do. His cardio still sucked and everything. He looked like a different Conor McGregor. I think he came there. To me, he came in there looking too cocky, like it was easy work. But Khabib is not easy work, and that proved why he is the lightweight champion of the UFC. So I think it's back to the drawing board for McGregor. I think possibly he might not even fight anymore in the UFC after this butt whooping because he got pounded on. I mean, he got pounded on, and I know a lot of you McGregor fans is mad. I heard a lot of McGregor fans talking trash and saying, "Oh, he didn't knock him out." Look, he totally demolished Conor McGregor. He did. I mean, Conor looked like pure doo-doo in that ring. He did. I have to give it up to Khabib. He did an excellent job at neutralizing Conor McGregor. He did a great job at shutting his mouth and knocking the king off his pedestal and everything. But after the fight, it was a lot of mayhem and chaos and everything. Khabib run out there. I think they said it was one of Conor McGregor's peoples, but I think I heard it was a fan. But he probably going to get hit with a big fine and everything, which is fine. He should be, but it shouldn't be more than what Conor McGregor has done during his career. A lot of things that he said when he jumped into the Bellator ring and smacked on a referee. When he came and destroyed the UFC bus and injured a few of the UFC fighters and everything. But it was real heated. Everybody was upset. The sad thing about it is that Khabib didn't get presented with the belt at the end. They had to get everybody out of there. But I'm glad that I saw this fight. I'm glad that I saw Conor get demolished the way he did. And I'm sorry, McGregor fans. Well, I'm not really sorry. I'm glad he got his butt whooped. I'm very glad. So, I'm about to end this off because it's getting late and it's about time me to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? My old lady calling for me and everything. So I hope y'all enjoyed this live show, Combat Sports Talk with me, Onan Kafar. All right. Stay tuned for future videos on different combat sports such as boxing, kickboxing, UFC, Bellator, mainly the top fights and everything. So UFC 229 was an exciting event except for 2 matches. Like I said before, I enjoyed Michelle Waterson match. I enjoyed Tony Ferguson's match real much. I think he stole the show. I think that and Anthony Pettis, they both stole the show with that match. And congratulations to Khabib for staying undefeated and becoming 27-0 and retaining his title against the so-called notorious, the so-called king of UFC, Conor McGregor. All right. So this is Onan Kafar, Combat Sports Talk. I'll talk to you soon.